is nobody else protesting with us? We're not the only immigrants. Latinos are not the only immigrants. There's Europeans, there's from Africa, there's from Asia, there's from all over. Where are you guys at? Why are your people not standing with us? I know you don't want to call it upon you guys, but why are we alone in this? Go look at the videos of the protests that are going on. We are fucking alone. It's all brown-skinned people. Where are all the other races?
The reason why you're not seeing so many black people at these protests is because that's what Donald Trump wants. Okay? Donald Trump wants us to be the front line, to be beaten on, and things of that nature.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Now, I don't really hope you're all doing fine from wherever you're watching me from now. Majority of Latinos are upset by the fact that the black people are not helping them to protest against the orange man. Majority of them came out here on May demonstrations, but they must remember one thing. The black people have been doing this for years, and the fact that they keep on demanding that the black people must protest for them and feeling entitled is crazy. Let's watch this video, then have a really quick discussion at the end of it. Thank you so much.
You guys post all these fucking videos about it, but you guys ain't doing nothing with us. Where are you guys? Why are we alone? We support everything when it comes to you guys. We are always there for you. And this is why we Latinos are just different. We're different in everything. We're different the way we work. We're different with our morals. We're just different. This is why we're so hated. Because nobody will ever be like us, because we're always there when people need us. But look at right now. We're so fucking alone.
If y'all are the best and this is why y'all are so hated, and I saw another Mexican guy saying, why would we call on the blacks when blacks don't even stick up for each other? They can't even stick together. Why do y'all need help from anybody else? Why do y'all need help from even the other immigrants? Y'all got it, right? And you know, this is so funny because I remember the discourse that I was having over the summer with the, because this Latino man said that he thought I was Dominican. He said, you're so exotic, you look Dominicana. And I literally said, this is why you don't tell a black woman that she looks Dominican. And I was saying that to say, you're basically saying I'm only as pretty as you think I am because I look like I'm not American. It could have been any other race or nationality that he said. And I got trashed. And they continuously, when I would point out pictures of darker complected Dominicans, they would say, no, that's a Haitian. Y'all don't even check the racism in y'all's own communities. Y'all don't check the colorism in y'all's own communities, but y'all want Africans and Haitians and y'all want black Americans to stand in solidarity with. Anyways, what y'all having for dinner? Spread love is the Brooklyn way. This ain't no love lost to anybody, but why do they keep calling it? Maybe you should be upset at the Latin community that voted against. Anyways, bye.
And the fact that you guys have not acknowledged that, you're looking behind for black people and you've never sat down and said, well, why aren't black people jumping to the front of the line during these protests? I made a video after Kamala Harris lost that illustrated that black people are tired. We are tired. We're exhausted. And so we decided to take a different approach. We decided to not be the front lines. We decided to be the ones at home. We decided to be the voices, things of that nature. Organize also amongst ourselves and get ourselves together because clearly people did not vote with us. Now you're seeing the effects of that. The reason why you're able to notice things within the Trump administration is because they can't center black people as the problem. That's what it is. They can't centralize black people as the issue. And they've been trying. They've been trying every which way to get us out there to protest, and we have not budged. Of course, we're against these illegal deportations. We were the ones who told y'all this was going to happen. A black woman running for president told you that this was going to happen. And a lot of you guys said, fuck it. Mind that the reason why black people have taken a step back collectively is because of what we've seen over the past couple of years. And you guys didn't learn your lesson until you had to deal with it yourselves. This is white people. This is Hispanic people. This is Asian people. Now everybody's sick. We told you.
Black Americans and Latinos, I've been saying for months that we need to come together and unite for something greater to come. And I wasn't speaking on the ICE protest. I was speaking on what is now currently happening. A perfect example is the apartment complex that was raided on October 1st in Chicago. That apartment complex is predominantly Black Americans. And ICE didn't just raid the apartments where they believed that in Nicaragua, the Venezuelan gang people lived. They raided every single apartment. And what makes things worse is that people were being dragged out of their homes, regardless how they were dressed, including naked. And they didn't just limit this to adults. This was children too. Side note, apartments were being raided even if there was no warrants for anybody living in that apartment. But here's where things get worse. A video is currently circulating the internet where it shows that a Black American is being detained by ICE, and one of the Black Americans that's watching the whole thing is yelling, "You're supposed to be doing this to Mexicans, not us." But listen for yourself. Let's listen one more time, but in slow motion. The amount of arrogance to believe that this is just supposed to be a Mexican thing. And also, I think you mean Latinos because not everybody's a Mexican. But to continue, a lot of people have come onto TikTok making videos joking about if Black Americans are being detained, where are they going to get sent to? And that shows me that you guys are not aware of what's currently happening. Do you know that there's agencies that make money off the prison system? For every prisoner and every day that that prisoner spent there, there's agencies out there that make money. And this year, ICE began making money for every detainee that they hold per day. A lot of these Latinos that are being arrested and held in detention centers are not being deported. They're being held and have been in those detention centers for months. Some even have stated a year, if not longer. This was never about deportations. This has always been about money. And history has proven time and time again, when Black Americans come together with Latinos, we get things done. So why is 2025 any different? Hopefully this was an eye-opener for a lot of people who didn't believe that it would happen to them, or that they were exempt because of their quote-unquote political views, beliefs, or skin color.
So as an Afro-Latino, I want to address the Latino community. The reason why BOK people don't want to stand in solidarity with us, but they do support it. Staying at home and talking about it is just as important enough, right? Here's another issue. Whenever Black people have gone out to these types of protests, and they've done it multiple times, whenever they go out, they're used as human shields. That's one. Two, they always become the targeted people, and they are then their actions are used against them for them to be called violent. Three, we as Latinos need to deconstruct the anti-Blackness. That's one. Two, the whitey supremacy that we have in our countries. Why? Because colorism is an issue. And I keep saying this, I cannot stress this enough, right? We cannot ostracize people who don't want to come. If Black people are telling us why they don't want to show up, it's not time for us to plug in our ears. They're explaining to us exactly why not, and this is our chance as Latinos to hear them out, to hear their cries. Because when the MLK movement happened, it wasn't the time. When BLM happened, it wasn't the time. And now we're sitting here saying the same thing again, that right now is not the time to be divisive, which is one thing I'm gonna stop saying. I think it's the perfect time to address it. Retracted my statements. It's the perfect time to address it. And it's the perfect time to get more unity and solidarity. But we have to address the issues within our own community.
I wish y'all stop getting on here asking where Black people at. Where are the Black people? Why they not protesting? Where were y'all at? When we needed y'all to show up to the polls and vote, where were y'all? This is something y'all knew was gonna happen. So I don't understand why y'all keep asking where the Black people are. We're at home, moisturized and unbothered. Do I think what's happening is wrong? Absolutely. I think it's inhumane. I wish it would stop. But where's y'all accountability? because this is what y'all voted for. Everybody told y'all this was gonna happen. Y'all didn't want to vote for Kamala because y'all said y'all wasn't voting for her. She was a democratic, and just because she a black woman, she don't know, she unqualified. And look what we got. A toddler on a tyrant. So y'all go out and y'all protest and y'all march and y'all do what y'all can, but stop asking where the black people at. Because where were y'all when we went to vote? We was asking y'all to vote like y'all lives depended on it, ours included. Did y'all? Absolutely not. So hang that up, flat screen.
That's why black people are offended. Yeah. It's like I've heard it all the time. Black people themselves tell me, we voted for Kamala. You want our help? You need to convince your people to help you first. So now imagine black people from the outside looking in, 60-something% of Latinos voted for Trump, and here comes the Latinos asking for their help. That's disrespectful, man. Of course. Go ahead, China.
And that's what I wanted to touch on, because as I stated before, like in the Afro-Latino conversation that we had, I find my community not with Latinos. I am part of the 92% that voted for Kamala. Okay. The reason why we say enough, help yourself, is because the elections really did show us that we were alone.
Yep.
It's the sentiment that we really fight for everybody and nobody fights for us. And that's why when they look around, they say, oh, well, we're all the black people. Do you see them protests, the little parades that people were having, protesting? Why do you think they were so peaceful? Why do you think they weren't, the police weren't out there in anti-riot gear and militarized police wasn't out there? We're not using our bodies as human shields for people anymore. When the George Floyd protests happened, I was in Seattle and I was out there. Everything was peaceful until the agents of chaos came in, and they started tear gassing us, like I'm telling you, como perro no trataban.
Yeah.
When all we want is the right to live, the right to exist. Don't kill us. We saw things for what they really were in the elections.
Yeah.
We're
and
done.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I agree. We did. But I saw it before the elections, to be honest with you. I saw it before it.
Yeah, I did
Of
too.
course.
I did too.
I didn't need the elections. I didn't need to see 60% Latino for. I didn't. I've been seeing this my whole life. And I've always told people, the black and brown people that come into my chat way before the elections, y'all pay attention to who comes over here and attack me when I address white tea people. It's Latinos. Latinos get mad when I address white tea people. All the people that got my back in the comment section are black people. When I'm addressing white tea supremacy, all the Latinos come in here, you're a hater. I don't need the election thing to show me anything. I've seen it not only here in the chat. I've seen it my whole life growing up. Latinos, bro, are some self-hating motherfuckers. Straight up.
And it was such a perfect storm for Latinos to see themselves as they really are. Yeah. Because not only would they not vote for Kamala because she is black, they wouldn't vote for her because she's woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
El machismo.
Esas dos cosas.
Oh,
I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Because we uphold white tea supremacy.
Mm-hmm. We do.
We do. I don't find my community with other Latinos.
Yeah, I understand that. You're probably safer that way.
And I am.
You're safer that way because although you're Latina, you're black. In the Latino world, the Latinos that matter are the white tea ones.
That's it.
As indigenous people, as black people in the Latino world, we're better off not even fucking with that whole Latino thing. Honestly.
And this is from a 2019, right? It's called the Pew. I don't know if you've heard of it. PEW Research Center. 72% of Latinos in the U.S. 72. That's a lot. Think that having lighter skin provides advantages in America. 72.
Hmm? Hmm? Of course. With all due respect to your research, I didn't need a piece of paper or a study to show me this. This is not only in the United States. This is in Latin America.
Everywhere in Latin America.
We live by the phrase mejorar la raza. This chant of mejorar la raza is across the board in Latin American countries. Puerto Rico, Mexico. Mejorar la raza is a fucking thing.
Everywhere.
So, yeah, man, you know, it's good to do this research and get the facts to prove it on paper.
Right.
But the evidence is there.
Right. 10 years from now, you're going to see a lot more YT and Latinos, you know, making babies, and all of a sudden, there goes our cultura. No more Chicanos anymore.
With all due respect, let me correct that. There goes our ethnicity.
There goes your ethnicity.
Because let's face it here. Our cultura is predominantly YT, and it's been since colonialism.
Yeah.
Everything that we've been representing culturally, what? Speaking Spanish? Whose culture is that? Catholicism? Whose culture is that? Everything about us, as far as like our mainstream culture, we could call it whatever we want. We call it Chicano culture, Mexican culture. The mainstream of it is YT. It's predominantly Eurocentric influenced. So we've already lost that. Now what we're losing is our ethnicity.
And they're doing a great job by replacing us.
Yep.
Because they're going to take our food that doesn't come from any gringo. They're taking our music that doesn't come from the gringos.
It's a different kind of genocide. It's a different kind. It's a softer version of it, and we don't see it. They don't see it. But this is actually what's happening.
It's a romantic form.
It's a romantic genocide.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But for me, you know what I call it, well, I like to call it is a virus. It seeps into the cells and it multiplies.
Yeah.
It takes over everything, claims it as their own.
Steal everything and claim it as their own. Not only that, they want to be the main representation of everything they steal and shame us for trying to claim it as ours.
And what makes it worse, did you guys see how the Salvadoran president, when he went to what he said? Oh
my God.
Ricardo, I was like, okay, that's it. I go, no more Latinos anymore. The way he fucking saw Trump, and like he defended him, and no, I'm not bringing him back. The fuck?
Tooth and nail.
The fuck?
Tooth and nail.
That's what Trump wanted. He wanted everyone to see that. And now I'm like, we're 100 steps behind now again. I grew up in East LA, right? There was always a clash from the people that's from Mexico and the people like the Chicanos, right? They didn't care for us. There was at one point they hated us.
Yeah.
We just didn't get along.
Yeah. Chicanos and Mexicans.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, the Mexicans don't like me because I speak educated. They don't like me. They make fun of me. I speak Spanish fluently.
Yeah.
And people don't understand what we as first generation Chicanos have to, you know, when you're first generation, anything is hard enough, right? Because you're the first generation in America. But for me, growing up in LA was the worst because we're right next to Mexico. Mm-hmm. And the shit that I had to go through, the Mexicans not liking me, I was made fun of all the time. Oh, you've been el pocho, I've been el, you know, all the stupid shit that they used to call me.
This is why I like to have these conversations, because it shows the intersectionality and it shows that we're all facing the same common problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One thing that Ricardo has said to me, white supremacy doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop pushing itself on us. So why would we stop? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When he told me that shit, it turned my brain inside out, upside down, because it's true. So even though we see things and we get discouraged, we can't stop. I definitely understand where you're coming from, Ram, because I promise you I was feeling the same way until Ricardo said that shit to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I come to his lives, because it makes me feel like there's a place that other people understand. Because people don't, even though they go through it, they don't talk about it. They're either embarrassed to talk about it or they're scared to talk about it.
The reason why I told you that, of course, was because you had said, you know, sometimes, Ricardo, I feel like giving up, man. Our people don't listen. No matter how much we tell them, our people don't listen.
Yeah.
And I told you, do you want to know why, no matter how much we try to bring awareness, why it doesn't work? It's because we give up. White tea people never have. Ever since they set foot in here, they have never stopped doing what they do. We give up. They don't. They never sleep. Their white tea supremacist system and propaganda, it never stops. It goes and it goes. We're the ones who take breaks. It's their perseverance that has beat us. That's what it is.
Black people, stay your ass at home. Do not come to none of these protests. Don't do anything outside, because if you do, you become the scapegoat when they get in trouble. We can have sympathy and empathy for those that deserve it, but we cannot put our necks on the line anymore. We've done it for centuries, and we see where we are now. No matter how much compassion and love I know you probably got in your body and it's killing you to not want to help, that's going to save you at this point, because you going out to help is getting you fucked up and they not helping you in return. These people got to learn on their own. This damn Mexican representative in California wanted to sit here and blame the people of Compton, and we all know who represents Compton in the eyes of America. Okay? They was talking about they were doing a peaceful protest, and when things got unruly, oh, no, it had to be the cats from Compton. You know majority of black people ain't even out there. So you talking about the 5, 6, 7, 8 people that might have been out there? Those are the people that just decided, you know what, we're here, so let's just steal some shit. Like, no. When they get in trouble and they get fucked up, they're going to throw us under the bus every single time. Stay your ass at home.
The last few days, there has been this conversation online in where some Latinos are upset that there are some black folk that are not going out to protest. I'm going to hold your hand while I say this, and I ask you to please keep an open mind. If you're Latino and you're upset that you believe that there aren't black people out there protesting in support of the Latino and undocumented community, you need to shut up, because you're wrong and you're pretty much biased. Because the reality is that, yes, there are some black people out there protesting together with Latinos. So I don't know why you're so focused on some people online saying that they're not going to go out there. When in reality, you got to remember that it was a majority of members of our own community that voted to elect the fool that's in presidency right now. And that the majority of black folk were against the current president right now. And that was reflected in the election polls. So instead of believing this narrative that seems to be existing online, go out there in the street and you'll see that there are black people protesting with Latinos. So either you need probably more black friends or to be around more black people to realize that yes, they are out there and that there are current black folks showing their support. You need to understand that Latinos are not a monolith, black folk are not a monolith, and putting this expectation on another group when members of our own group are the ops. Understand that a lot of the movements we see today, black folk organizing, have been the template for that. And do not ever forget that the 14th Amendment that gives us, the children of immigrants, the right to be U.S. citizens by being born here on U.S. soil is thanks to black people who have advocated, who have protested to be treated like U.S. citizens in a country that did not see them as such during its foundation.
So my opinion on the black and brown relations when it comes to the mass deportation and all that, and why they say, oh, black people are not really sympathizing with what's going on with ICE and the Latino community and the Mexican community and everything like that. Now, like when it came to like civil rights, the civil rights movement, black people literally stuck their necks out for equality for all. It wasn't really just about us. It was equality for all. It was like a human rights issue we was fighting for. And majority, you seen black people. If few white liberals. You wasn't really seeing no Spanish faces, no Asian faces, none of that. And they're the ones who benefited the most. Not even black people benefited from the civil rights movement. Let's just be clear. And I'm saying, then if you think that that's a lie, then just look at what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? But even when it comes to like the Black Panther Party of Self-Defense, it was called the Black Panther Party of Self-Defense, but the slogan, the motto was what? All power to the people. It wasn't all power to black people. It wasn't black power. It was all power to the people. The Black Panther Party fought against oppression of all people. Still, you sticking your neck out for everybody who's being oppressed. That includes the Latino community. Now, let's just be clear. The Latino community don't like black people, bro. We've seen that over the years. The Mexicans don't like black people. They don't like us, bro. They don't. They don't. So the fact that they're going through this, and it's like, oh, you know, black people, if they march with us, they can change. Nah, bro. We done stuck our necks out already. That's the attitude you're getting back. We done stuck our necks out. When's the last time y'all stuck your necks out for us? So that's how it's looking. Because honestly, I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. Like, my family is mostly immigrants. Jamaicans, Trinidad, you know what I'm saying? Bajan, Guyanese. Like, all I know is West Indians. And ICE ain't kicking out their door. Because, you know, we had to do it the right way. We had to grease some palms in our embassy to get them visas. And we had to work our asses off, taking care of white babies and cleaning up shit after old people to get them visas and apply it the right way. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't neighbors of the borders like y'all. And that's just a fact. That's a known fact. We had to do it the right way. Now, I'm not saying not all the Latino community doesn't do it the right way. I'm not saying that. But we know that y'all be on that fucking mess. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do be on that mess. And then when y'all do get ahead, y'all stick y'all nose up like y'all better than us. So that's the attitude that they be getting. That's definitely that. So we just giving you the same energy. So it's like, you want us to stick our necks out for y'all? Nah, this time it's your turn. It's your turn. And that's what it is. Like, nah, niggas, like, and I feel like black people kind of woke up and like, nah, we got to start looking out for ourselves. Like, fuck the whole world. Like, we trying to save the world. Nah, bro. It's time to save ourselves. So, honestly, that's the attitude that people are given. And honestly, can you blame us?
Hello, brothers and sisters. Now, I do really hope you're all doing fine from wherever you're watching me from. Now, majority of Latinos are feeling betrayed by the black community. You might be asking yourself, how, why, when? Now, you all know that Latinos, some of the Latinos have been feeling very much entitled. They have always been coming out here to state how the black people should be interacting with them. Majority of them have been stating how their relationship should be working with the black community, what the black community should be doing to them, and so forth. Now, the black people are not paying much attention to whatever is happening in the US at the moment. They are not protesting, they are not doing anything. They're just minding their business. And majority of these people are not happy with this. Now, you must remember that around 50 to 56 to 60% of Latinos voted for the orange man. They really wanted the orange man in office. Now, not because he is the best candidate or he was the best candidate by then, but because they think they have the proximity to whiteness. They think they are very close to being white. And you can even see how the white people have been treating them with time. They treat them with so much, they treat them with less respect, but the Latinos keep on pushing for whiteness in their own community. Now, you must remember that they voted because they thought this was not going to affect them. They took themselves in the category of whites. So they didn't really care much about whatever was going on in the US. Even when the orange man said he was going to deport them, they didn't pay attention. Majority of them thought because they look like the orange man or close to whatever the orange man is going to spare them. Now, the problems they're having today is as a result of their ignorance. They are a result of them thinking they're white. You know, a problem has been happening. They have been making mistakes in the US, but the fact that they have been protected, they make mistakes, but no one deports them. You all remember that during the 2016 elections, they went and voted for the same orange man, not because he was the best candidate for them or for the problems they're having in the US, no, but because they thought they have the proximity. You know, they thought that this was the best guy who will take care of them. Now, this only drives me to one point: ignorance, ignorance, and ignorance. How do you vote against your own interests? Isn't that crazy enough? How do you go on the ballot and vote for someone who has promised you of deportations, someone who has promised to kick you out of the same country you live, but you still go out there and make sure they are voted in? There is something that is crazy to understand. The fact that Latinos don't really want to think straight about the consequences of their own actions. You are told that this guy was coming to deport you. He told you openly that he was going to close the borders and you're going to suffer the consequences. You still went there out there and sang, I will vote for Donald Trump or something that was happening. I don't know. But some of the Latinos really think, well, I've interacted with many of them on this platform, and some of them are really good. They even regret whatever their counterparts did. They even regret whatever other Latinos are doing until now. They even take responsibility on the behalf of the ignorant Latinos. And that's the most important thing. Everyone is not bad, but some of the people will make bad decisions and will talk trash about the same. They will come out here demanding that they should be helped, or else they even give you the terms in which you should be helping them. That's how crazy the situation is. And if they do not grab whatever is happening, they might be in for a more terrible thing to come. So this is the time to think straight, brothers and sisters. Because if the same degenerative behavior continues, then the black people are left with no otherwise. You can't be blaming the black Americans for whatever is happening. While they warned you, they keep on giving you warnings. They keep on telling you that we've been here for long. Listen to whatever we're telling you. That the same white systems were not meant to protect Latinos. Neither were they meant to protect any other minorities. They were always meant to do great and give privileges to the white people. These systems have long existed. They were formed during the time of slavery. And by that time, no other person had privileges except the white people. So every other thing that the system wants, every other, like the system coexists or exists to serve the interest of the white people. That's why you have so many white billionaires running charities and doing all these other kind of things, but they will never be faced by the full force of the law. Even when they go against and do things, crazy things like the Epstein files. If it were for black people in those Epstein files, it would have been crazy, very crazy. You all know how the story of P. Diddy was rushed and how it went so fast. Of course, because if you are a black person and you're found in a crime scene, it becomes dangerous. If you are a Latino found in a crime, even becomes worse. And I don't know what makes most Latinos to be convinced that they are close to whiteness, because you can always see even the white people drawing the red line, a thick red line, to separate them with Latinos. I even saw a video where a Latino was telling his colleagues that they resent us so much. They see us as second-class citizen. And you still think that you are equal to the white people? You still think that you are equal to the system that has oppressed everyone except the white people who have had privileges from time to time? You think that you stand a chance? If you want unity with the black community, then you must act as such someone who really wants unity. You can't be asking for unity and on the other side you're talking trash. You can't be asking for unity or the black people to come out here and protest against deportations, but on the other side you're still behaving like white people have been doing. It is high time we talk and do whatever we preach. Don't preach wine and drink water. Don't preach water and drink wine. Do exactly whatever you say, Latinos. Thank you so much for having taken the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. If it's your first time, consider subscribing, sharing, commenting, and liking. See you in our next episode. Adios.